things professional enhancement, health and wealth, all that jazz. They can hear me now. Okay. So could they hear the I'm Big Game James and all that other shit?
They heard you when you said Alpha Male Clinic.
Okay. Well, y'all know who the fuck I am. So Alpha Male Clinic or alphacliniconline.com. Go to where you need to go to. Tell you what I did. I got a call, got to go get I had something that happened to me. I think it's part of being old age, and my body used to be something that is not. But I got like a hernia, and I don't even know how I got a fucking hernia. But I called them. I told them the symptoms. They acted as my primary care. So they just went on ahead and gave me the whatever the thing is, the referral thing to go see a clinic, set up the appointment, did all of that shit for me. I got to tweak the appointment, but the point is they did a lot. They went above and beyond on what everybody else would have to do. Most of the time, your doctor's going to tell you, come see me in 2 weeks. They're going to give you 1-2 weeks later, and shit's just not cool. So like right here, boom, 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 pap, everything happened quickly, just the way that I like it. So, but if you want some other things to happen not so quickly, go to Alpha Clinic. They get you on the testosterone shot. They can get you, get that thing working the proper way. So that's my guys or my gals. So guys, you're also talking to a woman. So, and people like Christina. They think she's not my type. She's too petite. I like them. Even though that's funny, as we were talking about Amari Williams' mom. My friends are assholes. So because I met her last week. It's a great conversation. She listens to a lot of the different shows like Sporadics and all these other different ones. I said, hey, it was a pleasure meeting you last week. She was like, pleasure meeting you as well. And then my friends went in there, they put the El Chapo thing, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I'm like, what are you talking about? We finally got you with a white woman. And I'm like, guys, you don't shit where you eat, first of all. And I don't even know if Amari's dad was a professional, I think he was a professional baseball player. I'm not that. That baseball player money been long as Pip is on for a long time. Hell, was it July 1st? Every year they still celebrate the one player's day because he gets paid like $1 million for like the next 30 years or some shit like that. Nah, it's a guy that's nowhere near as good as Kid Griffey Jr. Hold on. Now I got to know his name. Bobby Bonilla. Oh, Miles Angelo's requested the prayer. You know what? We might start treating this like church. Like anytime somebody pays a tithe, gets any kind of donation with the prayer request, we'll call that the prayer request. One then. Thank you God for another day. This is the last great all the time. That was funny. I love that. That thing is hilarious, man. Run that back one more time. That felt great. Like just let me get 2 claps. Pop, pop. Yeah. Thank you God for another day. This is the last great all the time. Oh, my bad. His dad is Mo Williams. Mo Williams played running back in the NFL from out of Kentucky, played 10 years. That was when they was doing steroids and crack. So I know that motherfucker crazy. So I don't want no I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems, brother. Like, I'm good, man. That means right now if he was a running back during that era, that means he old thick neck joker now. So like me, so we'd have to bump. I don't want to bump, man. I respect my elders. All right, we're inside the world's greatest cigar lounge. Tell you about my life here, man. Shit, was it Wednesday? No, it was Tuesday. Man, I don't know, one of these days. This week has been the week from not hell, but like week that motherfuckers just want to try you, man. But like, so you guys know if actually basically since we've had the cigar lounge has been around since the 1010 Excel days, if I remember correctly. It's been around for a minute. I know that. We've been doing our show almost exclusively. Was it 01 or was it we started doing this like this in 2022, right? Where it was just Denny basically left in 2022, I think. And we've been always doing it here in the lounge.
Yeah.
I'm partnering it. And we've gone through different things. And one of the things that I don't like to do, I don't have a dream job. It's like whatever that white woman said, darling, I do not dream of labor. It was one of the coldest lines I've ever heard in my life. And you know, I like being able to go and come and go as I please. And this is the best thing. It's like the best job that I have that I do that I don't really get anything from besides having to say something. What's up, RJ? Hopefully you get you some well-made chicken. Yeah, I'm never gonna forget that shit. I'm never gonna forget.
He said one line nervously.
Yeah, I would never forgive RJ for saying that. And I, as well as Jaden, you eat chicken wings, right? What's your favorite chicken wing? Like if you can just you go what you're going into the wing stop. Oh, yeah. What's the chicken wing that you're gonna go get? You're willing to wait 30 minutes for this chicken. Like what kind of chicken are you getting? I would obviously say lemon pepper. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I thought you were gonna say RJ, but RJ, we call him, and people who don't know, some of you people don't listen to bad radio. 1010 Excel has a guy by the name of Hacker Green, Brian the Hacker Green. Hacker is one, shout out to Hacker, lost a ton of weight. But if you listen to Hacker and you listen to RJ, they sound like damn near the same person. That's why I called him, but RJ blacker than a motherfucker.
That's the thing.
Like, and so that's why we called him Blacker.
He has a radio voice.
He has a radio voice. It's not like he's not trying. The only other one person that sounds whiter than him is my guy Jackson. What's Jackson's name? Joshua Jackson. Joshua Jackson here with 1010 Excel Radio. Like he got an announcer voice. He does. If you ever gone to the Jacksonville Sharks games, Josh does the announcement for the Jacksonville Sharks. It's very distinct. Well, Blacker, RJ, we came in and he would do our show from time to time, and it was because we like RJ, we had to haze him a little bit. So I think we asked him, like, you know, was it a Christmas episode? It was some shit. We were just like, hey man, what you gonna go get? Well, I'm gonna eat some chicken wings. What's your favorite chicken wing? Dog, like, I want barbecue flavored chicken wing. I said, dog, you going to a fucking restaurant? I said, not barbecue chicken wings. That's different. Put up some wings on the grill, slap a little barbecue sauce on it. I ain't mad at that. But if you're gonna fry my wings, you better not come to me with no damn tossing some goddamn barbecue sauce, man. It better be lemon pepper, preferably lemon pepper hot, wet, or as my boy Reggie would say, for those who got kids listening right now, please tell them to step away from it. But he says he wants some hot, wet. He wants some wetter than pussy. That's what he wants them. So, but the narrator for the first 48 is not black. But it makes sense. It makes sense. Anyway, so we needed a manager. We hired a manager, hired a black woman. And I learned that black women and accountability are like children and vegetables. They don't want it. With the music, we had to move on from her. Then we hired a light-skinned man who could not think outside. The black woman could think outside of the box, but she could not do the details, which shocked me. The light-skinned man was military. He could do all the details, but could not think outside the box to bring in money. So neither one of them worked. And then we brought in another light-skinned dude that paid to come in, and I'm not going to besmirch his name, but he is a former Seminole, got in trouble for some shit. Motherfucker fucked us. And then I get a call. Y'all have seen the short dude that sounds like Stone Cold Steve Austin interrupt every now and then. That's my guy, Scott. I'm getting cussed out on Tuesday by Scott like I fucking did it. And I come up to say, Scott, you know, I need to do some. But anyway, long story short, motherfucker got to work now. And I'm not happy about that. So if you want to come hang out on Saturday night, I'll be up here. And you know, y'all can come hang out with me, chill. We'll have Jazzy Pierre. But this motherfucker told everybody we was closed. Like, for good.
Oh, I was like on a Friday, on a Saturday.
No, he said for good. Like, Goodfellas is closed. Wow. And so I don't know because he's light-skinned. I don't know. Like, it was no reason to do any of this shit.
Is he spectrum?
Oh, well, not spectrum, but he definitely got this. He definitely don't got the Jameis CTE. He got the fucked up CTE. Like, he got concussions and shit. But like, man, I'm sitting here like,
they're making renovations all the time.
For him, that's the fucked up part. We put $30,000 into a speaker system and some shit with the patio. We was cool with the other patio.
That patio's gonna be firing this summer.
It is, but you know who's gonna have to fill it? I was cool with not fucking working, man. I was cool with just coming in here, hanging out, go walk in the humidor, grab me some cigars, tell Candy she picks on me because I don't, when I'm really in the mood, I don't drink when I'm here. So like, shout out Bert, I see you. I don't drink when I'm like working, when I'm like trying to focus. So I tell them, but I want to look like I'm festive. So she calls it a baby shower punch. Basically all the mixer with ginger ale. I called it a virgin mimosa. But anyways, though, so that happened. We're going into the 7-on-7 space here with MFTK Foundation. Apparently, I got motherfuckers from like one of the best. I got a couple of my guys could have played for one of the best 7-on-7 teams in the nation. Apparently, them motherfuckers mad at me for some shit I didn't even know I was mad. I didn't even know the motherfuckers exist. I get a call like, hey, man, they say you paying people out here to play on your 7-on-7 team. I said, I am not paying shit.
Whoa.
I said, now they may not have to pay to be on my 7-on-7 if they're on the national team, but I am not. This ain't a fucking job.
That's crazy. How much money do they? What do you?
I don't know, and I don't even know why people are even concerned about me. We ain't did nail tournament.
And then 7-on-7.
Then it's 7-on-7. I don't even like 7-on-7. Like the person's like, I thought you don't like 7-on-7. I don't like 7-on-7. I think it's fucking stupid. But if it's what the kids are doing, I want them to do it the right way. I'm trying. This is me trying to help Florida State a little bit. I ain't gonna hide it. I ain't gonna force them to go to Florida State. But God damn it, if they're gonna be on my 7-on-7, you best believe Florida State gonna get a touch, get a chance to see them. We won't have what happened with Jamie, where we won't even get an opportunity to negotiate NIL deals. We will at least get to the NIL table with everybody on my 7-on-7. Yeah, pushing. It is not a fucking secret. James, all your guys go to Florida State. You goddamn right. They can go other places, but we will, as you saw we love them a little less, unless they're Drake. You can't not like Drake. As y'all saw, Drake is a real one. Like, I love Drake. And I love Tramel too.
He's gonna be a Keon Coleman type, just like nothing changes.
It's just gonna be the same. Drake gonna be the same person. Cool, man. Like that motherfucker when he said, "I got on." It was, for those who don't realize, that was the Lord's Supper. That was on his chain. It's a famous. It was just like, it's a famous thing, dog.
Crazy.
The man said, I see it. I'm not even gonna pay attention to it. I see the chat. The Lord's Supper. That's what it's called. It's a famous thing. After everybody made all the bitching about the Paris Olympics, right? And they was talking about, you guys are going to hell. I was like, I remember having to tell people, y'all know that's not really, those aren't the real people, right? Leonardo da Vinci was just painting shit. So this let me know that Drake don't give a fuck about nothing but football. And you know what I love? A motherfucker that don't give a fuck about football. I mean, about nothing but football. Yeah. Nothing but football. He said, hey, Cole, man, you see this drip, coach? Yeah, Cole, I got that good drip, coach. I'm like, All right, man. Well, cool. I see you got that. He's like, you know what that is? Yeah, cool. That's Sunday supper, coach. I gotta rock the Sunday supper, coach.
The Sunday supper.
I said, fuck you just say?
That's in the New Testament.
Sunday supper, coach. Sunday supper. So I go over to Toby and say, hey, Drake, tell Coach Bullock what you just said. He said, I got that Sunday supper on me, coach. I said, it was so pure that I loved it. But yes, Amanda, 707 is a waste, but these kids are doing it. And I got it. I want to influence the Jits the right way.
I'm sure people know who haven't seen, who wasn't here yesterday. We're talking about I lost the thought.
About 707, or we lost the thought about Sunday supper? Oh, Drake and Drake and Tramel came on the show to talk about where they was going to school at, and that's where we were. That's what we were talking about, right?
Yeah. Last Supper. I could only think of Sunday, but and it's in reference.
It's in reference to.
They didn't see the chain. They don't know.
Yeah, it's a pendant. Everybody, people are rocking that, man.
I didn't know that's a thing.
We do got a little belief said we do. We do got to make that a short. We got to pick on Drake. That probably will go viral. It's going to be people saying that it's going to be a bunch of Miami fans saying, that's why we didn't need that dumb Negro. And the Florida fans are going, yes, we need that for no other reason than the Florida and Miami fans fighting themselves in the comments.
You lay out a sacrificial lamb.
I mean, they do shit to do to me every fucking week.
Yeah, I do.
I get told that damn motherfucking ball thing. I'm still getting people telling me that we can tell who never played football. Bitch, are you looking at the motherfucker that's talking?
But
does it look like I played table tennis?
They either completely agree with you or they completely don't.
I was like, of course, there's more nuance to it. But you don't need to know the nuance because you're not being chased by 250-pound people.
And it's a simple way just to describe the philosophy of 11 on 11. There's a reason it's that number, and you broke that down clearly.
But fuck it. I played for Coach Bowden, and like I told people, man, Coach Bowden kept that shit real simple. Players, running backs, you got to run. on God, every week, Coach Bowden had a sheet of paper about this big on Fridays. He'd come in. All right, man. Gather around. All right, here's what we got to do. All right. Offensive line, got to block the guys. Running backs, got to run.
This man's a comedian.
Wide receivers, when the quarterback throws you the ball, you got to catch that, son. Now, that's something. Now, this is Bobby talking back in depth now. Now, last year, Florida State, I had a little problem with that. Now, the quarterback throws you the ball, it's your job to catch it, okay? Now, quarterbacks, you throw that ball to the other team, that's called an interception, son, and we don't want that, okay? We don't want that.
I just need a paper.
I don't know. It was the same fucking speech every week. Now, defense, I want you to approach the game with a total total disregard for personal safety and a lack of ambitions. Like, you got to go out there, you got to step on toes, 6-inch punch, got to knock them out. Now, defense, if we're up at halftime, if the other team don't score, we win. I promise you, dog. This man said to say, this is a living this is an icon of the sport. He was the all-time winningest coach in college football when I played for him. And this is what he said. So if he can think of it this simple, man, get the fuck out of here with all that other shit, man. Y'all other cats is cappuccino. That's what I'm gonna tell you about that. But yeah, so I got that. I got the pastors mad at me too. I don't know why I just did something. I said something. I don't know. I probably said something about God and people got mad at me. It was just a lot of people was mad at me. I try to avoid all this shit. I don't know nobody in the 707 space for me to like or dislike them. I do anything. There probably common theme is everybody's light skinned. You gotta have a dark skinned man's heart. Light skinned women be colder than a light skinned woman's heart. Men, don't be a light skinned dude. Don't be Drake. Not that Drake. Be Drake, our Drake. Well, no, don't be him either because he's going to Florida. But in fact, don't be Drake. But anyways, I digress. That's my world. And I got to change. And I have to change my 7-on-7 tryout from Saturday to next Saturday. So now I got to deal with people. Now people going to cuss me out, tell me I'm unorganized, and I ain't got other shit going. So it's I can't win. But you know what makes everything better? Coffee. And not giving a fuck. But it's just be funny though. Somebody said we got the Mega Millions is up there. Ticket is only $2. One thing is guaranteed about the lottery: if you don't play, you're guaranteed not to win. Grab a ticket and get in the race. I'm trying, Nathan. I do. Well, no, you're not gonna get $5.79. You're gonna get yeah, you'll probably settle about $2.50. It's still good money. I'm gonna put it in. I'm not gonna change. Actually, I'll buy a bigger house. Just so I can get away from people. Guns, definitely buy some guns. It's all going to put it in an investment account, get 4.7% interest or more on my money and live off that. I will do some travel. That's the thing. That's where people fuck up. Just do more of what you like to do now. I'll buy better cigars. Actually, I don't buy cigars, so I probably will start buying cigars because I get them for free. Buy better liquor. I'll probably buy more shoes. It would be crazy because you'd be like, man, you see these Crocs? You couldn't get these Crocs nowhere. Book bag drive gonna be stupid. It'd be kids will. My book bag drive will increase crime. And the only reason it'll increase crime is because the book bags that these kids will get, you're going to want to rob them.
Still getting robbed.
Yeah, it's just man. I'm definitely buying people, Angelo. I'm going to hire a Cuban nanny with a big booty, just to do nanny shit for the kids. Oh no!
That was Colombia.
No! I went from Angola, from an Angolian.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, is that what it said? And I said, man, they really got that shit, man. Cambodian, my bad. Cambodian, that's what it was. They really got that shit. That's real Cambodian, man. That's Cambodian breast milks. Nah, I'm going to buy a class. I'm going to buy a recruiting class.
Ooh.
That's not enough money to buy a team, buy an NFL team.
I mean, you can get 5 stars.
I'm going since now. So we got to get into the show here, but we'll talk about this. There were no real rules for NIL, but there were 3 clear ones. There was only 3 that were really black and white. You cannot entice, you cannot induce, and you cannot pay for play. That means I can't tell you if you come to Florida State, I'll give you $1 million.
How does it work then? I thought
it's supposed to be under the table.
I thought the whole thing was.
Like you're technically not supposed to get a check or talk about your NIL until you sign.
Okay.
Then you become property of that university, and they can use your name, image, and likeness. They can do whatever they want to do. In fact, they can't even officially say anything about you until you sign. So
the EA Sports thing was an NIL.
That was an NIL thing. That was for them to. They can negotiate with you personally to use your name, image, and likeness outside of the university. So 2 things happen. EA Sports paid the university to be able to use their name, image, and likeness, and then paid the players to be able to use. So that's how you can get like an Amari Williams playing for Florida State, because they paid both Florida State and Amari. Now the money was kind of low, but whatever. I'm not even going to get into all of that. My point is what the dude from Barstool did.
Oh yeah.
And what other people are doing, saying, I will pay $3 million to whatever quarterback wants to come to Michigan. That is clearly illegal per the only rules they have. You're not supposed to be able to do that. Because what happens is his name, image, and likeness is not conducive upon which university you go to. So like, I went with Jackson West. Is that the one? That's the tight end? Is that the one I saw earlier this year? They said Jackson West in the portal. That the one who looked like a cop, like a state trooper? One of them looked like a state trooper, like he could pull the fuck out of somebody over. He got the mustache, the state trooper mustache. But yeah, if I get that much money, man, goddamn it, I'm telling people straight up. If it's a kid, like I would go find the kid that I want. Matter of fact, Dallas Wilson, who just signed to Oregon, right? My good friend Jason Roberts is his head coach at Tampa Bay Tech. I go to Jason and say, hey, I tell him straight up, I'll add him at, hey, you got $1 million, you go to Florida State. $1 million on me. I ain't talking about, I don't care what Florida State give you. I'm giving you $1 million when you sign to Florida State. And then we can negotiate after that. But actually, no, it's my job to get them in the door. It's y'all job to keep them in the door. So we'll help. But like, that's what I would do. And it's buying people. And we're going to do silly shit. Like my NIL thing was like, you're going to come to birthday parties. That's it. Like my son's going to have the best fucking birthday party that you can ever have. We're going to have all the top players in the nation coming and hanging out.
I just imagine that movie Blank Check. You remember that?
Yeah. That's what I would. You know what? As a dad, I've lived my life. I've played pro. I played it at the highest level of college. I've done a lot of cool shit. My sons haven't done cool shit yet. So my goal would be to do fly shit through them. I think that would be kind of dope. Like, I think if more millionaires were like that, we probably our kids would be shitty. But the point is that I would be like, hey, you know what do I need to do to get this $1 million? You got to come. My kid's having a bounce house birthday party. My 5-year-old, my 6-year-old, we're having slip and slides and shit. And I want y'all to come in and y'all are just gonna hang around, sign autographs. But you got to get in the slip and slide with my 6-year-old. Like just some shit. So I don't know, like something crazy. Like we're gonna go to actually, you know what? No, I would make them do some making the band shit. You got to go get me an Obama special from Olean's, and my grits better be hot from the stadium, from the mission for $500,000. You got to walk from Doak Campbell Stadium over to Olean's and get me an Obama special with an extra hot sausage link, and then you got to come back and my food better be hot, but you got to walk. Some shit like that. I don't know how they would do it. Just make a reality TV show out of it, making the team or some shit like that. Right. That's what Portnoy is doing. It like he'll make the $3 million back. Yeah. You know, if you got too much pride for $1 million, then shit, cool. Give a fuck about that. Then don't worry about that shit. Then walk to the store for $1 million. That's it. If you don't make it back, fuck it. I'm shutting down the weight room. I open the weight room back up, but you got to go get me a piece of Bubblicious bubble gum from where Dim's barbershop used to be at off on Holton Street. Like, make it something real crazy. You got to go take a picture where Boucher was standing in the rain in the South City projects, even though it's not the projects anymore. But nah. We'll do some shit like that. I would be a fun. That's why I would say if I'd be a good billionaire. I'd be a good owner of people. And we'll have fun. Like we'll do wild, crazy shit. Like, but anyways, we'll figure that out. What we got today? What are we talking about today?
So we got starting off with FSU, just a little recap of our NOL 2025 tribe and nice. Where our recruiting class ranks out of all the college football teams. Talk about the viral video we posted on our X account of Solomon Thomas at his when he committed to LSU and just some of his thoughts on that. Recap about Coach Odell Haggins and his new role. Talk about women's basketball and Tania going off again.
Shout out to her.
The Oregon's mascot picking his Heisman winner favorite on the Pat McAfee show. Cam Ward bashing the SEC. Then we're gonna go into just a little bit about Colorado. Just a little recap of Ashton Genty's yards. The Power 4 Conference Championships. Bill Belichick interviewing for the UNC head coaching position. We're going to talk about Thursday Night Football. Then we're going to transition to Eric Armstead liking Aziz Al-Shair's post in response to Trevor Lawrence. And, yeah. Then we're going to go into our Big Games BS segment. We got our Money Move segment, Bridge the Gap, talking about 50 and Jay-Z, and then we have a Now You Know segment to recap it off for this Christmas holiday. So first, I'm going to share this link with...
This is the FSU recruiting class?
Yeah.
But while we get into that, just so y'all know, there's a 90-minute video of me breaking down every recruit. Outside, and if we get some new ones, I know we ended for a defensive end, another offensive lineman, Chaston. If you think we're getting, I think Ty Haywood, you smoking crack. But we talked about all them. Actually, you can just go ahead and bring them. I'll give a quick little description of them. This is, man, I don't even know how to say it.
Usman Chroma.
Okay, Usman Chroma. I like them strong-faced running backs, man. We need strong-faced running backs. Like, look like he been there before. That motherfucker 30. Matter of fact, let me tell you how I know he's 30. Any running back wearing number 32 in high school, like, bitch, you are not a new age kid. Yeah. That is an old school where you don't even know why you're wearing that number. You're wearing that number because during my day, in my era, you had to be between 20 and 20s and the 40s. That's the only numbers you can wear as a running back. But that's also, I think, only numbers that DBs can wear. Like, that ain't Dr. King's nephew. He marched with Dr. King. Like, that dude, guys, he is an old school running back. And you know why I like him? When I talk about he walked like your uncle at the barbecue. When I talk about bow-legged, boy, you ain't never seen a bow leg like this. This man is literally walking on the outside of his cleats. I have no idea how he is as balanced as he is, but he is running through and around and over people, man. When I tell people about blackface, it would not be racist if a kid says they're dressing up like Usman Chroma. Like, I like him. He can run through a motherfucking face mask. He's nice. I watched this film. I had a great time watching this film. Shout out to my Chocolate City dude right here, Javon Boggs, the reigning Mr. Florida. Could potentially be a two-time Mr. Florida. Take the top off of the defense. Really good kid. I thought I was going to tell my dog Richie Leonard, our offensive guard that transferred from Florida. His dad, I said I was about to have to drive down to Chocolate City. Miles, Cocoa High School is right around the corner when we go to Auntie Gay House for Thanksgiving. Like, I remember my whole life been driving around, watching and looking at them play football during Thanksgiving. I like this pick. I wanted this pick before we had the change of staff. I told y'all we wasn't leaving out of Jacksonville without something. I told y'all, best believe I'm from around the way. Tayshawn, Gelsey, Riverside High School, got a chance to compete against him last year. I personally believe he's going to be more. He'll flourish as a tight end, bigger wide receiver, faster than what people give him props for. You know what this guy and the other guy do that's foreign to us outside of our young tight ends? They catch the fucking ball. So, like, shout out to Amanda. Hit me up. I know you were watching. I am curious about Amari. Make sure everything's okay with him. And I know he went down and did not. I haven't heard anything, so I wanted to make sure he was good. You don't have to post it in the comments or anything if you don't want to. But good kid. Think he's a pass catcher tight end. Really good. Big height. Chase Lofton. I like my Pilgrim here. For a good from Nebraska. Watched this film a little bit. Was getting nervous. Saw a lot of catching. I need to know if you're gonna block my dog. And but I did see some stuff where he's an active, willing blocker. Got to put a little bit of weight on him. He's tall. I like him. He got a little seasoning to him. Call him white pepper. Man, so if we watch this right here, this one right here, this twin right here, we got to develop a little bit, got to incubate them some. You know, when you have twins, they say that there's always one twin that bullied the other twin. Right. I think this might have been the one that got bullied a little bit. And not in a bad way, because when I tell you about this next twin, you're gonna see why. But I do think he could grow into a really, really good D tackle. Now, I believe this is Good Twin. Good Twin is a motherfucker. Good Twin's highlight film is pure violence. And I loved it. Like, because again, what you could tell by the people who I like more and who I didn't like more was how long I stayed on their highlight film. I'm not staying on your highlight film more than a minute if it ain't good. But that cat right there, I'm talking about when the ball snap, he getting active. And that's what I need. I need somebody getting active out that bitch, especially in the type of 3-3-5 defense that we're running. He's a guy, first step quickness, violent, hitting people, loved it. really happy about Good's win. This kid right here needs a positive male role model in his life, and I'm for that. I need more. You could at first I wasn't sure because he has an underbeard. Black kids with underbeards make me nervous because we had a kid from IMG. His nickname was the Pope or something, and he had an underbeard, and it wasn't good. Now, if I see a white lineman with an underbeard, I feel we finna get active. Black kid with an underbeard, I don't know, man. But then I started thinking about it. You know how crazy you got to be to like get your underbeard lined up at the barbershop? Yeah, that means you shaving all of this right here clean. And you only telling them tape up the bottom, dog. And I like the dudes with the oval hairlines. They don't care about you or them. This boy is coming in. I feel so bad. There was this kid from this team, they played number 63. That kid might not have made it. He was like, that's bullying what he did to 63. Like he was just throwing him into the quarterback. And then what he does is he goes straight WWE. He grabs you by the waist, 2 steps, boom. I think is that a suplex? Yeah. Yeah, just boom. I think he might have DDT'd somebody in the highlight film. Either way is I need players like this. We have not had enough. I haven't seen this kind of those back-to-back, haven't seen that kind of anger. Shout out to my Seminole. You know, real, authentic, fresh Seminole. I ain't never really know what to do with it. Never seen one in my life. But he's good. Like his highlight film, I think he's probably more of a safety, but his highlight film shows that he can do that he play. He got him playing corner, so that means he got coverage skills. I like it. He comes down, gets active. All right, wide receiver from Connecticut. I ain't even know they played football in Connecticut. But he's out. He's pretty explosive. He's a 6'5", got great body control, runs pretty good routes. I'm not gonna lie to you because he plays football in Connecticut, but I like him. Glad you're here. This kid right here, another one. When I put my mark on. Now that picture right there, a little zesty, but he's not. He is not. He is not. I don't want my offensive lineman with smirks. I want him mad at the world because God made him ugly. Now, God, he plays mad at the world. This dude, first play on his highlight film, they throw a screen, I think, to the wide receiver. Receiver catches it. He runs out there. He's looking for violence. There is no violence to be had. He is running stride for stride with the goddamn wide receiver. That means this bitch can run. And he can slam. We got to get him a little lower in his stance, but I think that they can I think they can do a little bit more. So I think he get a little lower. I like him. Sperry, again, I don't want to call him white. We already use white pepper, maybe paprika, some shit like that. But he's pretty good. I like him. He has a little touch like Trammell had, but if I'm being honest, he's more athletic than Trammell. This is what you would think if you close your eyes and I read I read my description of Sperry. You would think Sperry was Trammell, and you would think Trammell was Sperry. That's because of our built-in stereotypes. But this kid right here is going to the state championship game, playing big boy football in Texas, from what I understand. And he listened to BX the Plug. I mean, clearly he's been around enough black people to be able to hold his own, man. Like I think he's pretty good. He's fast. They'll work on his timing. Don't need anything from him this year. I think he's going to definitely be a good one to have in the fold. It reminds me a lot of our other light-skinned wide receiver that's up in Philly right now. Big catch radius, not somebody we're looking to move the chains guy. Third option. Like first read, second read, boom, get it to him because we know he's going to catch it. As 6'7" is tough to like. He didn't drop anything, so he has one catch that was pretty impressive. One hand had to accelerate it. It wasn't no Johnny Wilson, wasn't no bitch out there, so good for him. I ain't see he ain't had no highlight film. Go on. You ain't got no film out there. You over here looking. I don't know, man. I gotta check you out. Kickers don't exist. The other one, Max Redman liked to bang. He a hitter. He liked to hit. I like that in his highlight film. Not expecting much from him next year, but I do like that part about him, that aspect. He gets physical. In this 3-3-5, we're going to need some guys that can be physical. Shalimar, like to be Shalimar Arano. Like good. I like to play for one of the best teams in the state of Georgia. With my little nephew, Antonio Cromartie Jr. up there. You see him coming downhill, hitting people, using his hands pretty good. I did like Shalimar. Is that the last one?
No,
I ain't had no film on him. I mean, actually, no, we did see film. My bad, we did see film. I'm impressed with his last name. Coached against this kid, did something that I didn't believe anybody could. Very few people did last season, which was tackle my running back in space. Very sound, very fast, could cover. Played safety for his first 2 years before he made the move last year to linebacker. Stuck with his commitment the entire time. I like him. I think he's going to be a guy that you guys we're going to grow into liking. I'm probably going to have to redshirt, learn that linebacker position. But with what we're trying to do with our linebackers, I think he's perfect for sideline to sideline guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Then we got everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Had Yelzy, Old Face. Oh, yeah, we did do win. Okay, we did that. All right. So to where we're at right now is we're ranked top 25. I told somebody if we sign 20 kids, we'll be a top 25 class. And everybody's panicking, coming off a 2-10 season to be able to have a 20. We're going to get 2 more guys, potentially 2 more 4-stars. Actually, let's do this math. Scroll up a little bit. If you go over football recruiting.
Right here?
Scoot over to the next size. FBREC. Should be class calculator. All right, go to where it says the names. Like add a new recruit. You see, right? Calculate, reset.
Yeah,
right
it's just
it's just slow. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Just slow.
Somebody give me the kid. I think it's Chasen. I think it's CHASEN. Not 1,000% sure. Well, if it's not working, we don't have to do it. Bottom line is to tell you this, because again, this is the most pub I'll give 247. This is probably what their best worth is. Articles ain't worth a shit, but this right here is free. Like you can go in and put all your favorite people in the class and try to check around and see how you can play with it so that you can be the prognosticators. But there's 4 guys that we're in it for. Go look at a couple of them we probably won't get, but I think we'll get Harold, the kid that was committed to LSU. I believe we'll get the running back from UC that was committed to UCF. Tylen Lee, I didn't realize, I guess we are in it for him as well. And then Chasten, I believe, who was committed to UCF as well. We'll probably get those guys. You get those guys, you have a top 15 class, which is still one of Mike Norvell's best classes. Coming off of a 2-10 year. Because they weren't a 2-10 football team. They were 2-10 by their record, but they weren't 2-10 real. So, like, there's some things that, all trolls aside, this is a good year. And what's obvious is that we've got new. I mean, we thought we would have had villain Mike, but maybe he didn't need. That wasn't enough for his villain origin story. Sometimes you got to fall a little bit more. I mean, Harvey Dent was already crossed enough to be able to go into his villain origin story before he fell into the vat and became Two-Face. So maybe he needed to fall in order to become Two-Face. Because you see, he got that 5. Did we just see the video of Mike? Where he was talking about is either people going to make this team or not going to make this team? No. Oh, man. Mike got a 5 o'clock shadow going strong. He is trying to grow that beard that he had, what is it, the goatee he had with when he was at Tulsa with with Gus the first time. So, but all in all, it's a good class. You go find some stuff in the transfer portal, and I think you're good to go. What it did was eliminate some of the stupid stereotypes that we've had about Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell can't recruit high school kids. If Mike Norvell would have kept a Solomon, if he would have kept a Peyton Joseph, if he would have kept some of the other people, Mike Norvell has a really big class. Now I don't want to go into the ifs, because if ifs were a fit, we'd all be drunk. But the point is that Mike's out here getting active. Got a new swag to him, a new bop. Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This Mike right here, this Miguel Blanco here make me be like, hey, man, he might not take no shit in these interviews no more. All I need is Mike to start slapping bitches. And then we get the cross-eyed cats in check, and the snow cones and all the mother cats, man. Get them motherfuckers, get them right. Get them right or get left, baby. You know what, Mike, I need you to. Mike use the standard thing now all the time. I need Mike to come in that bitch and say, hey, man, get right or get left.
I haven't heard him say standard.
Oh, he says, well, I'm right. He goes, like, this is not weird. But I got he gonna hold him to the standard now. Get right or get left.
Flip a coin in interviews.
That's what just ting, ting, because it doesn't really give that noise when you flip them in real life. You got to have a sound. What we need is somebody on payroll who just makes the ting. It has got to be on time with Mike flipping the coin. Exit interview is going to be a motherfucker, though. Boy, I know it's going to be some fiery ass exit interviews, boy. Just like it was some fiery ass, like, again, not shout out, but let's talk about this one kid real quick. Oh, before we get into it, flip a coin like no. Have you seen No Country for Old Men?
Yeah.
That's what Mike need to do.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to let you dictate your own future. Heads, you get to stay. Tails, you die. Pick. Oh man, go ahead. All right, we got a kid from Jacksonville talking that. Then we're going, you know what? He ain't my jit, and I'm gonna just tell you the truth about it. And if they people don't like me, they can come see me. Come good fellas, and come see me. But I still think he's a good football player. He'll have a good career somewhere, and just won't be at Florida State. But kudos to him.
So if you guys did not know, 5-star Solomon Thomas, he's an offensive lineman, signed with LSU. He was originally committed to the Seminoles, and he was either going to decide to flip to Florida or LSU. He played at Reigns. And let's see what he had to say about his commitment process.
I had a conversation with the offensive line coach. He's a great guy on and off the field, and that was the kind of same vibe that I was getting from the offensive line coach from Florida State before. I think I made the final decision truly when I was really at peace with it. Was maybe yesterday when I was truly like, okay, this is more than just a commitment. Like, this is gonna be my life. I was waiting on the phone call today on some determining factors that could probably lead me to different schools. But I'm glad it's over, honestly. I was ready to get it over with. Again, just, really disappointed I couldn't go to Florida State.
If y'all didn't hear him, his last words were, just really disappointed I couldn't go to Florida State. Make sure y'all follow the Sports Den Twitter. This video got 2.1 million views. Keep it climbing, y'all.
That's true. Y'all need to go follow, because we're like I need to get some people with blue check marks so we can get monetized. It's some dumbass rules that fucking Elon got, but
Really?
Yeah, we got plenty of shit. Like, we got like 4 videos that have gone viral. But let's just talk about this, man. Hold on, man. Shit.
Pussy.
Florida fans were speaking real. Oh, we're getting Solomon. We're gonna get Solomon. Miami fans, we're getting Solomon. We're gonna flip him from him. No, you're not. No, you're not. Now, you heard him talk about what he liked about the LSU coach, right? Liked the man on and off the field. Saw some things that he liked, right? Reminded me a lot of Florida State's coach that they had, right? All right. Can you do me a favor? I know this is gonna be tough. Can we just go find let's find a picture of Miami's offensive line coach. These are schools that everybody was thinking they were gonna get him. He's a midget. I actually have a picture of him and Toby from our state championship game last year, and it's crazy. Yeah, Alex Mirabal. Just let the people see Alex Mirabal real quick.
Oh, geez.
It's got nothing to do. I'm telling you, this is a plot twister right now. I mean, it's not nothing. Alex Mirabal is actually a good coach. Just want people to know my opinion on him. Very Cuban or Cuban, as Glorilla would say. But really good coach here. Can we blow it up a little bit? All right. That's Miami's offensive line coach. Can we find a picture of the University of Florida's O-line coach? So Cuban. Really good, even though Luke, he can fit in my pocket. But he's a good offensive line. That's a good offensive line coach. Alex Mirabal. It's not that guy. It's a white man. I can tell you that much. Hold on, let me see. I got it here on my phone. You know what? Let's just do this. Put me up, blow me up real quick. All right, let's see here.
Rob Sale.
That's UF's offensive line coach. So boom, right there. Can we pull up Maribel again? Can we pull up like a side by side so we can just see, like, so people can? I want this to be imprinted in your mind because I'm going to let you do the thinking, and I'm going to let you guys use deductive reasoning. Okay. All right. Can we find Alex Atkins? Actually, you know what? I think I got a bit. So I had to. Can y'all see that? That's Alex Atkins right there. I happen to like Alex Atkins. So that's him. And Brad Davis, who you did have a picture of, I believe, Miles. That's LSU's offensive line coach. So, a lot in common. Alex Atkins, Brad Davis. You guys want to know? Okay, you guys, have we picked up what's in common? Because once I found out who Florida's offensive line coach was, and I already knew about the other ones, man, the kid wasn't going to no place without the offensive line coach being black. They wanted a black coach. Kudos to them.
Does that happen?
This is the first time I've ever heard that happen before, but it's not the second. But it ain't the second or third or fourth or fifth time that I've heard that come out of that camp before. We were thinking, like, we thought we were going to get him at Mandarin.
Oh, geez.
Can't play for no cracker.
Jesus Christ.
I was mad as hell when he said that, too. And I'm thinking, like, man, our whole fucking staff is black. They might have more white coaches at Reigns than Mandarin does. But Reigns is the black school. They just happen to have a black head coach. But it's a fake doctor. I respect Umar because even though it's a grift, it's a consistent grift.
Yeah. If
these fucking white bitches is in the back where nobody knows about it. But it's black bank, black. No, we don't stay in no black hotels, but black women, black all these other things. It's a whole bunch of different shit, man. Right. But fine. He's going to LSU. I think he'll be fine. I don't think he would have been able to. Him or Petty personally, I don't think they were playing first year for us, even as 5 stars. Chip Green, don't give him that because that's what I hate about it. You know where you can find damn near every coach being black at? A HBCU. And they all say that shit, but they want to go to the PWI. The white man's ice is colder, but then you want to act like you pro-black. I'm not even telling you to go to HBCU. Trey Coleman, we may give one a visit for the culture. Trey ain't going to no fucking HBCU. Until HBCU start acting right, we ain't going there. I want my son's financial aid late. That shit happens, dog.
See, that's why when I make the reel, it ain't my fault.
They know they shit be late. they be coming together for that shit. That's when we shall overcome together. No, bitch, I want my money the same. Florida State, I got my money a day early. Did you have the FSU? We was using SunTrust then on our FSU card. Like, what did they have? They migrated to like FSU Credit Union or some shit like that with y'all?
For we get refund checks or something?
Yeah, we get your refund check.
No, I go straight to my account.
So you don't have to have this.
Nah.
Okay. But when I was there, you had even better. Like, they forced SunTrust upon me.
Yeah, we didn't.
I don't even know what SunTrust is anymore, but it's not SunTrust anymore. But they forced the shit on me, and but it was cool because I got it a day early. Like, if it said it was coming on the 23rd, I got it on the 22nd. What?
Yeah, I'm looking that up.
Young Bleak just put up there?
I'm looking it up right now. Shout out Eddie George.
Yeah, shout out to Eddie George doing it the right. Eddie George is what everybody thought Deion was.
That's crazy.
But you know what the fuck up part about FAMU is that if they know you, you'll get your money on time. They know not to. They know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with.
What did Eddie George do?
Eddie George is going to the playoff with Tennessee State.
They lost already,
they
though. They lost to Montana, I believe, but he was nominated for like FCS Coach of the Year, pretty much. And wait, it says
my mom used to be the check lady for FAMU athletics when she was in between jobs, right? My senior year. And they called her the check lady because she was a secretary for my godfather, who was an accountant. And they didn't always get their money all the time on time. So you got players dealing with evictions while trying to play. So like, nah, we ain't dealing with that if we don't have to deal with that. But anyways, man. But yeah, shout out to him. Saturday was great. But Florida State, once Alex Atkins it was happening whether Alex Atkins was there or not. He was flipping. But once Alex Atkins was gone, I knew he was gone. And then I knew, once I found out about LSU, I knew he wasn't going nowhere but LSU. So, but speaking of hires, Pot Roast is official. Shout out to him. Randy Shannon is no longer on staff with Florida State. And you said you got to think about Odell? Odell is still technically coaching, but in the new rules, you can have as many off-field. You have as many coaches on the field as you want to. You can only have 10 that participate in games. So Odell will still be around. His things will shift a little bit differently, but Odell, tremendous guy. What's crazy is I be thinking Odell old as shit, but he's really not that old. Like, he's younger than my mother. He's just been coaching forever. And 31 years at a high level, tons of people. I'm just glad I'm going to be able to still see him when I go up there. Good dude. Love Dell, man.
These are some of his stats for his tenure at FSU. Coached 393 college football games, 71.1% career win rate, 21 D-line NFL draft picks, 14 ACC titles, 2 national championships.
Well, that's disrespectful, Clay, first and foremost. Wait a minute, he wasn't – maybe he's right. Damn, he wasn't a D-line coach? He wasn't coaching on that 93 team?
Let me –
because if he's coached for 31 years, what does that put us at? We in 2031 would put him in 93 season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means Dale got 3 natties.
Let's see what they say in the comments.
Because it was a 93 season and 94 championship. Regardless.
Yeah.
Semantics. Dale been here for a long time. I'm not going to do – I like – Clay might be the only motherfucker over there that I like. I'm not going to do Clay like his colleagues try to do me. But Odell also has one of the most unique voices that I can remember in coaching, and just said some of the most off-the-wall stuff. Not off-the-wall in a bad way, but just, oh, we got the jam?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to play the jam. Got to play the jam. This shit's – he spits hot fire. Giving them bars, coach. Look at the hand gestures. You know this was so 80s.
Hey, QBs, watch out, my friends. I'm older. Hey, 'cause I'm back again. You can double me up on every play. It won't matter. Can't keep me away. When the ball is snapped, I'm off the line into the trenches where I will grind. Stay out of my way. I'm taking no flag. Just want to kick back doing a Seminole rap. Hey, QBs.
And you know who comes on after that? The guy who doesn't claim us. I'm Deion Sanders. Prime time's the name. Like, just like all that extra movement that they did in the 80s for no fucking reason. That was them.
No, that was cocaine.
Definitely. Yo, it's so funny that Pilar said he was a drug addict in their in their dispute. Their boys did that, got their asses whooped by Miami. But what's crazy is fucked up about it is that Odell had way less sauce than the white dudes in that song. The white dudes did it more effortlessly than Odell. Like Odell looked like he was trying to read from a teleprompter, some shit like that. But Odell, one of the things that I remember him saying, one, when Trap got acquitted, I heard a yell from Odell that was still like flat. He's like, yeah! It wasn't like high, it was like, yeah! And then there was a practice that the defense was just getting their asses whooped. It had to be my junior year. And he came out, he's like, hey, man, listen, man. Hey, check. Listen, man, hey. I just want y'all to know, listen, we had a good practice today. Nah, man, fuck that. Bird, and that was Chris Bradwell, I think. Bird, if I didn't pray this morning, I'd fuck your ass up. Trap, break it down. And he walked away. I said, what? What did you just say? Did you say if you didn't pray this morning? You said, fuck that. If I didn't pray, I'd fuck your ass up. It was just and he meant so much. It was so sincere from it that I just loved it. But it's special teams meeting when I was going to them. Then I realized I was on field goal, but I had to go. So you have all your meetings. You have field goal, punt, kickoff return, punt block, field goal block, then field goal. So I have to sit here and listen to all these other motherfuckers talk about everything else. For me to all I had to do was just this. That's all I did. That was my job. That was my job on field goal block. I don't need to watch fucking film to do that. Like, but whatever. Odell coming in there. Hey, man, listen, check. Hey, listen, man, we got to stay focused this week. Listen, they ain't faked the field goal since 1972. But this could be the year, man. This could be the year. ADO, attention, don't all sides. Make sure you pay attention. Watch the ball because this could be the year that they fake the play. All right, man, break. I got to stay in a fucking meeting all day to hear him say, just like Coach Biden said the same shit, he said the same shit every fucking day. So imagine 4 years, because luckily, thank God I didn't redshirt, but for 4 fucking years, I had to hear the same fucking thing. ADO, attention, don't offsides. Man, they ain't blocked. They ain't faked the field goal since 1982. This could be the year, though, man. This could be the year. And I just just really don't feel that shit. So, but yeah, so all this shit was cool, man. I love him being a coach, great coach. Shout out to to Naya. Hey, man, Booby hooping out there. 00, Agent 00.
Yeah, she dropped 38 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals against Tennessee. FSU lost by 2 points during this game, so they fought hard, couldn't get the job done. But these are
a lot of times I would just play 1-on-3.
Push that thing to give it a hesitation. Oh no, if I could, I've been wanting them to dunk so bad. She's getting that grown woman weight, and she hooping. Love it. Oh yeah, this one she put her in the big mixer and cook up in a pot like gumbo.
hey,
Ooh.
under the screen. Don't go under the screen.
Boom. Quick draw. Love it. And she gets the charity stripe. Is that a steal?
Yeah, but
I just want them to if we just lower it down just a little bit. Think about how much more exciting it would be just to see them go down and bank shot. Did she get the rebound? You get it. Okay. Yeah, give me that. You don't want that. Oh, she knows she don't want no problems. She can't even. Ooh. Tried to hit her with the Allen Iverson crossover. Said, baby, you got to be fundamental around me. I don't care how tall you are. She 5'8". Okay. I just need one of y'all young bulls, man. Again, I just really think sometimes, like, we should really, this could be an NIL thing. And I know this is technically illegal, but all I'm saying is we got a 5'8" chick that can hoop. We need to get her with one of them 6'4" motherfuckers over there, wide receiver, and create a prospect in 30-some years. Preferably one of the good ones. Ooh, she kind of lazy. Oh, did she say help me?
Hey, she hit the with the shrug. Oh my god.
Oh man.
She's too strong.
Damn. I gotta go catch a girls game again, man. I saw one her freshman year and it was nice, man. Panama Jack said she plays like D Wade. Well, D Wade probably plays like her.
Oh god. That's crazy. Oh, Miles is sad.
Oh man.
You got nothing to say, Miles.
I mean, he is just likes boys. Nothing wrong with that, man. This is got the little dangly earring. All right, man. Let's see. Did he pick? Is he who's got the Oregon Duck?
Yup. We ain't gonna watch this whole clip, but the Oregon mascot was on the Pat McAfee show, and they asked him who his Heisman pick was, and this is what the Duck had to say, or right.
I agree. I thought he does not. Older generation like you guys.
Give him a hug. Tell him to give him a hug.
Is it because Oregon beat Boise?
I
say he's got a Heisman.
Ashton Genty. You think he deserves it? Maybe. Travis Hunter's going to win it, but Ashton Genty had a hell of a year, obviously. Hey, Duck, you go to Dan Lanning's team meetings whenever he's describing what he's going to do, whether it's Gladiator thumbs down or it's Inglorious Bastards bashing skulls like he did against Washington. What's this week's message? Do you know? Is it duck hunt? No, you won't say anything.
Mom is the word.
Okay.
What if you saw him in the back of Dan Lanning's passionate speeches?
Snaps ain't a stat, though.
Oh, so he doesn't like Travis.
Whoa. 114 plays a game. Snaps ain't a stat. If you're doing over 100 of them, Doc,
God, he went.
How many miles did you fly here?
The hell?
How many miles were you able to fly? Yeah.
Quiet shot there.
Unbelievable.
Quiet shot.
Snaps ain't a stat.
I like that. I'm going to start doing that. Would I have something? Snaps ain't a... that was kind of cold. Snaps ain't a stat. Oh my God. Daily Chop, you're a terrible person.
Oh.
You are an awful person. He does not take
Miles' favorite player.
I don't think
ruined.
he takes it to the hole, by the way.
Yeah, D-Wade was a great slasher in his day.
Now Gabby Gabby attacked the rim. Let her tell it.
Oh my god.
Yo. So you was doing the bending? It's one of the best descriptions in any movie when she's like, oh, so you was getting bent over. Who says I was getting bent over? Oh, so you was doing the bending? I could never, every time I want to think of Amari Hardwick as Ghost, that scene pops in my head. And I just can no longer.
Man, that show was crazy.
The Duck ain't wrong, though, man. The Duck is not wrong. I think Travis Hunter is the best available player in the draft, but I do not think he is the best player. I do believe he's the best player in college football. I, however, do not believe he's the Heisman Trophy winner. Because snaps ain't a stat.
Speaking of that, we have just a quick fact right here about Ashton Jeanty and where he ranks all time among collegiate running backs for rushing. So he sits at number 5 in the all-time single-season rushing leaders. He's with the likes of Barry Sanders, Melvin Gordon, Kevin Smith, and Marcus Allen.
Damn. Kevin Smith, I do remember vaguely. But all the other cats are some cats. Unfortunately, he's not going to break. Nah, it's not. Well, he could go off for 400 in the next 2 games and be able to do that. Oh, God. I think people, this is why, I don't know if you're from Florida, Bruss 813. I think y'all be reading comprehend. Like I can say I'm accountable for my words, but I'm not accountable for your interpretation of the words. Oh, that's terrible, Brandon. We're gonna get that one in a minute now. That's fucking hilarious. But like, you guys, like, it's not saying that Travis Hunter is not a really, really good player. You actually just said it yourself. He is not individually the best at any position. He's top 5. He's also on a team with another fucking Heisman Trophy candidate. It's Shadur Sanders, who probably should be in the Heisman Trophy candidate conversation more than he is. If I have 2 Heisman Trophy candidates on my team, what should I be playing for, ladies and gentlemen? And you're not. You're not. And you play in the Big 12. It's not even so much that that he isn't really, really good. I actually want him to get, well, in my heart, I want him to get drafted to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I don't want him to get drafted to the Jacksonville Jaguars because I think he deserves better for his life. Because we're not going to use him right. But clearly, he probably would be that, more in my mind, if they would do the right Christian thing and let him play one side of the ball. And I just think, like, if you told me, James, right now, is there a better running back, a better pure running back in the draft than Ashton Jeanty? I would say no. But if you told me, are there 3 better DBs than him? I would say yes. Purely just by DB. It is not by his fault. It's because that's all the fuck they do is play DB. Yes, I would take the kid from Texas. Yes, I would take the kid from Georgia. Yes, I would take the kid from Ohio State. Because that's all they do is play DB. Is he the best wide receiver in the nation? Is there no other wide receiver in the nation that you would take over Travis Hunter? I'm taking Jit from Bama. I'm taking Jit from Ohio State. And them Jits, that's not even the oldest cats. No, all you did was watch Travis. See, that's the problem is you can be objective. And it's not saying, and again, I know it's very difficult for people to understand. Just because I don't agree with him being the Heisman Trophy candidate doesn't mean I'm hating or don't think he's a good player. You don't watch anything other than that, and you're not thinking objectively. Because he's not the best receiver from a statistic standpoint. He's not tall. He's not a high jumper. He's also been cooked at DB before, and he hasn't had. Never mind. You know what? Fuck it. Nebraska. What was did he play against Nebraska before I even get into this? Because I don't want to disrespect them. Because I do know this. They struggled against the Heisman Trophy candidate and Shadur Sanders struggling against Nebraska. It's not a knock on him. It's just I think he's not a Heisman because they fucked him over from that. That's all. Oh, he played against Nebraska?
Yeah, he did.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait, who are you talking like Travis?
Did Travis play against Nebraska?
He went off. Yeah.
He did? He went off? What was the score? Wait, what did he do?
He went 10 receptions, 110 yards.
So he averaged 10 yards a catch.
Yeah.
Well, how many touchdowns did he get? 0 touchdowns, 10 yards a catch. What was the score for the Nebraska game?
10-28.
28. Nebraska scored 28 points. So the best wide receiver and the best corner in the nation played against Nebraska. And the best quarterback played against Nebraska. And I'm to believe, and I watched that game, and I'm just, was there a game where Ashton Jeanty what was the low? Can we pull up Ashton Jeanty's numbers? What was the game that Ashton was held to the lowest? Because he hasn't played against a better caliber. What I will say is that the caliber competition that Travis Hunter played against was better than that. But I will say this: Nebraska's overall is still climbing, and hopefully we stunted that grind by taking their DC and their D tackle coach.
Looking for the lowest amount of yards.
Yeah, what's the lowest amount of yards?
127.
That's the lowest?
What's the lowest yards per carry?
That might be better, yeah, because we had like 50 carries for 120 yards.
One game,
3.9.
Okay, that's the 127 yard.
128 yards against
Who-
UNLV.
Oh shit! So UNLV already kind of did him a little bit. He ran for 200 on Oregon. Is that true?
192.
On how many carries?
25.
Oh shit! Fuck this.
7.7.
Fuck it. There's not a motherfucker that they played better than Oregon this year. That's what Dan Lanning does. And the crazy part is, here's the argument. James Coleman doesn't have a vote for it, but here's the argument. Travis Hunter, there's 2 other wide receivers that you have to worry about at Colorado. Jimmy Horn Jr. is really, really good. I actually went on a Spaces and said that they'll have 3 guys drafted at wide receiver, Travis Hunter being included, with a Heisman Trophy caliber candidate and quarterback. I have 3 wide receivers and a quarterback and a running back that's not bad. Clearly, something must be going great. Name me another player from Boise State that you guys know. So you're telling me that every week we know that ain't shit else they can do besides run the motherfucking ball. They're loading up the box, and this motherfucker still got 2,200 yards, and you want to argue about shit? Travis Hunter, they don't have to throw to Travis Hunter, and they still got 2 other wide receivers to throw to. Defensively, Travis is the best thing. Nah, bro, oh, man. Jesus Christ, dog. Never mind. My bad, brother. You got it. You got it, brother. I'm giving you way too much attention. You got it, my dog. Travis is good. I want to make sure you know that Travis is good, but Travis is on a better team, so he should be better, but he's not. And you can believe that. My son believes in Santa Claus and that Keon Coleman gives Christmas gifts. And I don't want to take that from him. I will not take this from you, my man. You could believe on the elf. You could believe in Jake and Jack, the elf on the shelf too. That is plenty of people every Sunday go and believe in a white Christ. So I don't have no problem with you believing what you want to believe, dog. That's cool. I just don't want to get into this because the stats. If you just read them when you take the emotion out of it, it's not that. That being said, I want Travis Hunter. I don't want Ashton Jeanty in the NFL. I would much rather have Travis Hunter. But what else we got?
Yeah, like you were saying, this picture I have in the background, blow up. Shador was named Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, and Travis was Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year.
And they're playing for the Big 12 championship this weekend, right?
Nah.
No way. Oh, who's playing? I know Dilly. You know, matter of fact, you know who should have got the Offensive Player of the Year? The white boy. The running back from Arizona State. I don't know how to say his name. Spodiopidopalicious or some shit like that. But it's crazy. Like that white boy be toting that thing, man. I love a good white running back. Don't want him on my NFL team, but it's good. We've seen what Toby on Gerhardt, 2-yard Toby did. Unless it's Christian McCaffrey. But none of them Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, this is just an interesting stat. So each Power 4 conference championship features a new member of a conference that joined this past year.
Did you have the video that I sent you of what the Texas Tech coach said?
What did you
I thought I sent. So Texas Tech coach brought up the best point about why it's not fair.
Is that talking about freshmen?
No, he's talking about the branding on the patch. He's like, the patch means more than who you play for. Because he says, just look at it. Texas was in the college football playoff last year representing the Pac-12. Now they're in the SEC and they win the
No, you
SEC.
mean Big 10, right?
Texas was in the Pac-12 last year.
Pac-12. They were Pac-12?
No, they were in the Big 12. My bad.
Big
They were
12.
in the Big 12.
Big 12. Yeah,
so
Big
Big 12 has a representative. Arizona State was in the Pac-12 last year. If they win, they're representing the Big 12. Oregon was in the Pac-12. They're representing the Big 10 this year. SMU, a newcomer into the ACC or a G5, representing that. You got a new G5 and probably BYU or UNLV. That would be your fifth team. The teams that are coming in and wrecking shop are not a part of the power 2 old guard. It's new blood. So it means you should be spreading this thing out. And honest to God's truth, is the SEC that tough? If every time the SEC expands, they bring in 2 Big 12 teams. And do you know what happens when they bring those 2 Big 12 teams in? The Big 12 teams represent early on. Missouri won the SEC East the first 2 years they were in the conference. They were a bottom dweller of the Big 12 before that.
No TD Jakes.
Texas is probably never been more popping right now than they have the last couple of years since they talked about going to the SEC. Oregon usually gets knocked off by Stanford or somebody every year. They get to the Big 10 and all of a sudden they're the Boss Hogs. Arizona State, same thing. It's these guys seem to have done it pretty easily, even though I do believe Texas is going to get the fairy dust knocked out of them again by Georgia this week. But we shall see. But it's funny.
Speaking of the SEC, so Miami quarterback Cam Ward blasts college football playoff committee. Oh, my bad. And takes shot at the SEC. Quote, I mean, at the end of the day, them boys who in that committee, I really doubt they watch tape or not. We're playing better defenses, in my opinion, than the SEC. Do you agree with Cam Ward?
Hey, check this. I hate to pick on people. But my man just said I never watched Travis Hunter. And you know what? You know who just used that same shit? Like so you believe Miami, based on your logic, you believe Miami should be in the playoff. Like we didn't watch them lose to Georgia Tech. Like we didn't watch them lose to Syracuse. Like we didn't watch them struggle against Cal. Like we didn't watch them struggle against other teams. No, and granted, offensively, y'all have been dynamic. It is a very good brand of football to watch. I am banging the table. Yeah, Brother Cam, I'm going to get some Miami fans to argue with you about how stupid you sound, like you were arguing with me. But anyways.
Where you at, Luke? Where you at?
Luke, this is when I need you, Luke, to come in and do to him what he did to me. The crazy part is you had an opportunity and you did not take the opportunity. All you had to do was win. And you would be in. Matter of fact, if you would have won, we would have had 2 teams in the ACC, from the ACC in the championship. Yeah, I want you to be in there. The problem is, and what's crazy is the damn conference of commissioners are fighting harder for a 2-loss team than they did for an undefeated team. An undefeated team that, mind you, beat a ranked opponent in the conference championship. People forget that Louisville was a top 15 team.
I just think it's ambiguous so a snake can continue to eat its tail. Like, this is exactly what they want.
This is exactly like it's crazy that they even believe this, because it's contrary to everything you said last year. And the problem is that's why the committee shouldn't even listen to you.
Was there ever a time when there was a general consensus, like, or everyone just agreed?
No.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
The thing is, they set up the BCS to get rid of co-champions and arguments.
That's a lot.
And all they did was set up co-champions and arguments.
Yeah.
And then they made the playoff so that they could get rid of all of the bullshit. And what's funny is they took history away from Florida State last year. So do you know the last team to win before they made the BCS? Well, hold on, make sure I'm saying this right. Oh, the first BCS champion was Florida State. The last BCS champion was Florida State. And then, so when the playoff format ended, we should have been able to get an opportunity to be one of the first. But the point on all of this is that Miami, get ready. I'm really still going to try. Miami LSU is one I'm really trying to put to the Gator Bowl.
That would be awesome.
I'm really trying to pitch that. I really want Miami LSU.
I would actually want to.
It's way better than Florida Syracuse, which is what we're looking at. LSU would be disappointed and upset that they even have to be in the same stink as Miami. And this would be the best bowl game that you've had in fucking 20 years.
Yeah, that's true.
But nonetheless, it is what it is. You must accept where you're at. I don't want to hear this shit anymore, Cam. Like, you lost and weren't even injured.
I understand him a little bit more because he's young. The fans that I don't understand.
I don't understand any of
He's
it.
been through this for generations.
I'm going to treat them the same way they treated our young tears. I'm going to drink them. I don't want to hear that shit. Because you had every opportunity. You just did not take the opportunities. And I don't want to hear it's just the defense. Cam Ward was stinging it up against Virginia Tech, stinging it up against Cal. Shit. In fact, if you take away his pick six and some of the other shit that silly shit he did, it would have never been a game. Now, I will say this. The same person who brought them the problems, the same person who cured them from the problems. And that's Cam. Scott.
I mean, we all know it's political, so just understand that. Take it, play the political game. If they're not the most popular team right now, if Alabama's history trumps their current popularity, understand that's what it is and accept it. Just be a real person as a fan.
Just know when you were doing the little elephant shit that you stole from Western Kentucky, and you were saying it was the Cam Ward dance, shit was all good. It was all fun and games then. It was all, you guys are just haters. This is our world. You just live in it.
Whose world is it?
Now, all I ask is where are we watching the national championship game at? That's all I can ask, man. That's all I ask. When they get on me, you guys are 2-10. Where are we watching the national championship at? Man, you're not going to a bowl game. Brother, I'm 40 years old. You know how many bowl games Florida State has missed in my lifetime? Tress, if I remember correctly. Brother, we good over here with bowl games. You know how many times I've sat here and watched you motherfuckers cry in my oldest son's lifetime? More than 3. So I don't want to hear shit about none of that. And the fact is, we already know you just because you go to a bowl game, we have won one in like 15 years. So like you're gonna go and lose. So like let's be for real about it. And we know the motherfuckers gonna opt out. I just want to see if you guys play in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bowl and see if all your guys out there playing with their heart out for the U, for the logo. The only people who care about logos like that are us old ass motherfuckers, and nobody cares more than the cokehead that's crying doggy style on your sideline, kissing your coach in the mouth every week. It's getting ridiculous. Have some fucking pride, Michael Irvin. Nothing in this world from Florida. I'm on Florida State sidelines for every damn home game. You will never see me on all fours barking with my booty tooted up in the air while the game is being played. Have some pride and respect for yourself.
You just don't have good enough coke. That's
what it was. That bad coke had you tweaking.
So we got our last college football segment for today. North Carolina has interviewed Bill Belichick for his head coach opening. Did you hear about this, James?
I did. I'm terrified. That man is an A1 cheater. If we bring that kind of, I don't know if college football is ready for that level of cheating, man.
As a Patriots fan, I take all those allegations with pride. Yeah, sure.
I mean, listen, I don't like when they were like he cheated. I was like, how did he cheat? He was watching our practice. I said, that man is diabolical. I ain't never seen somebody who wants to win so bad that they watching other teams practice. We're talking about practice, dog. Practice. This man is watching that shit. Crazy.
Your coaches don't do that. Your coaches suck.
Oh man, Bill Belichick, like that South Park episode. Like, nah, man. I think that'll be. I don't think it will work because he's too old.
That's what I worry about.
Unless he goes and really finds the most active young staff that he can find. And what I will say NFL coaches do a great job of is stabilizing and getting guys, especially they play a different level of defense. So when I look at what happened with Boston College, what Bill O'Brien was able to do, different level of defense, different level of preparation. That's why they were so much better this year. They're going to do the little shit right. The problem is the same problem that I have with my son's godfather in high school. This motherfucker playing college. We playing high school. We overthinking the shit. This is the right football situation. But as the people in my comments on my motherfucker ball thing quite often point out, each level is a little bit more blown up. I have a 5-star wide receiver. You got a kid that's going to be entering the workforce at the end of the year.
Yeah.
He's 5'7", 130 pounds. My guy's 6'3". It doesn't matter what the fucking football play is. Throw it to that motherfucker. Like, that's where motherfucker ball changes. I got a motherfucker and you don't have a motherfucker, so I'm throwing it to that motherfucker. Same. Now, in college, it becomes a little bit less than high school. But if I got Peter Ward and you ain't got Peter Ward, if I got Peter Ward and you don't have, okay, let's say you don't have Travis Hunter in that situation, that would make me go to somebody else, right? But at a certain point, I got Ashton Genty. I'm going to lose with Ashton Genty. I'm going to lose giving him the ball 40 times if I'm going to lose. NFL is a little bit less. Some people have bad days. Some people have good days. I.e. see Jerry Jeudy on whoever that motherfucker was. Or, even in a loss. Or, if you watched the NFL game last night, I mean, it helped me in fantasy. Fucked up my parlay, but I was almost right.
So transition to the NFL. They had this cool stat per NFL on CBS. Exactly 3 years ago, the Lions got their first win under Dan Campbell. So the Lions had their first win and they moved to 1-10-1. And now, December 5th, 2024, 3 years later, Lions move to 12-1 with their win over the Packers last night in the NFC North Division matchup. They beat the Packers by 3 points at home at Ford Field, 31-34. And the receiving core of the Lions, so let me count how many players this is. 3. So 6 players on the Detroit Lions had 5 or more receptions. So
they was spinning that bitch. They wasn't giving it to Sonic and Knuckles like they normally do. That's Gibbs and Montgomery.
They had the unders. I know Jahmyr Gibbs player props for rushing yards. It was like 60 something.
Both of them were under.
Yeah, so Yeah. So Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, Tim Patrick, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mind you, Tim Patrick hasn't caught a touchdown since COVID.
Yeah, I got some videos on that too.
And this motherfucker kept throwing to him instead of Amon-Ra St. Brown. By the way, his dad has one of the best podcasts when it comes to race. I don't know if I've said that before. If you want to know how to race,
you said it every time we talked about him.
I really enjoy watching his father because his father's real. His father is real. And it's funny that I just realized his name is Amon-Ra. So his dad is like a woke black dude with a white wife.
No, it's not. He's like, it's like
Not
the
woke,
opposite.
But I'm just saying, but he named his son Amon-Ra.
But he changed, like, St. Brown's not their actual last name.
Oh, okay.
Their last name is Brown, but he added the Saint on it just because it looked cool on the back of a jersey.
I fuck with that even more.
That's what he said.
I fuck with that even more then.
That's what he's like.
Oh man, I fucks with that even more. Okay, so I have a rule: don't trust a man with two last names. That being said, if that's the reason why they have two last names,
yeah,
we cool with that.
No, the Raw thing, it's no religious connection. He just thinks it sounds.
Yeah, he knew they were going to be athletes, so he just wanted to,
I saw they
be extravagant.
Did like HBO Real Sports thing on them.
Yeah,
in
high school. I remember I watched that. That's how I know that. Yeah.
And then I remembered it, and then I forgot about him. And then I saw the son's doing well, and then I see him on some reels on, and I'm just listening to how he talks. And I'm good. The only reason I said that is because my father does some silly shit like that. Like he's like, I'm gonna give the boys my own nickname. Like we're gonna call him Amon. We're gonna call Trey. I think Trey's supposed to be Amon-Ra. He ain't never call him that shit though. My dad crazy. My dad, I'm just like, but I remember Trey like, granddad gives me money. You're so crazy. Like you'll see that when you have kids. Your kids are gonna talk to your parents in ways that are gonna make you shudder. Because it's gonna be like, please don't, like they will slap you, and they're gonna laugh. They're gonna let them disrespect them because they're the babies. And I'm like, I've heard Trey say some shit to my mom, and I'm like, yo, you would have jacked my ass up a long time ago. But yeah, anyways. Yo, you got two last names, Steven? My bad, dog. It's an exception to every rule. I'll let you be the exception. Damn, this is his
So this is his per next gen stats. This is Jared Goff's kind of completion chart. So the key stat here is Jared Goff completed 14 of 17 passes for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns, targeting in breaking routes against the Packers. So that's going to be in the middle of the field, generally right there. And then you see the white dots. So 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 incompletions they were referring to. But if you guys didn't watch the game, yeah, the in routes were going for Jared, and that's a key target for him. And Goff currently leads the NFL with 1,534 passing yards, targeting in breaking routes this season, 224 more yards than the next closest quarterback. So
I want you guys to look at this again, because people tell me that I don't know shit what I'm talking about. And this is why, even though I'm getting into 7-on-7 games, the game that changed, man. 7-on-7 is ruining the game. Now look at this. So if you see that blue line, right? That blue line is a line of scrimmage. So I want y'all to see, can we count how many? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at or behind the line of scrimmage. So a third of his completions were at or behind the line of scrimmage. That means he was throwing checkdowns or there were screens. Now, they have these numbers. Was it 15 plus? Is that 20? Or is that 10 plus? Is that the first number, 10 plus?
What number?
Like if you look to the left.
Oh, yeah, 10 plus.
10 plus. Then we got what, 20?
Yeah, 10-yard increments.
Okay. Now, I want you to look at all the motherfucking passes within 10 yards.
That's what I was like, this kind of was boring.
Then I want you to just go ahead and take a gander how a big play in the NFL is anything 20 yards or over. Don't believe me? Go look at ESPN stats. They will put that on there, 20 plus yards or over. In fact, one of my player props that I had for one of the quarterbacks was the longest pass, 39. Would it be over 39 yards?
Last night,
and he completed 40.
Love?
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
But look at the ones over 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He completed, he was 6 for 9 on that. the deeper it gets, the lower the opportunity. But they don't even take that many shots. So when you guys are looking at your kid and you're expecting the college every fucking play to go 40 to 50 yards, this is just not the way the game is played. This is the game. I promise you. Go look at every other quarterback. In fact, when we did our breakdown, Trevor Lawrence's sheet was the exact same as this shit. That's the way the game is. It's more of pure. It's almost like boxing. It's not just haymakers in boxing. It's body shot, body shot, body shot. Take the top off. Body shot, jab, jab, jab. That's the way. Just think about football like that, and you will grow to love it. Sorry, guys. It's just the way it is, man. I didn't make this game. This game was the way, like the gay thespian from Baltimore says, don't blame me. I was given this world. I didn't make it. So, anyway.
Yeah, we got some just some video clips surrounding that game, and just want to share a couple of some more interesting stats with you right here, starting with Josh Jacobs. So Josh Jacobs, let me just preface this right here. Show the fans. So Josh Jacobs has forced 7 missed tackles during last night's game, creating 38 yards and a touchdown after missed tackles. Jacobs currently leads the NFL in missed tackles forced this season with 84, including 32 over his last 3 games.
Going to be like right now. They don't need these big gaping holes. They're able to get skinny and accelerate through them. They run tough. They keep their feet moving. When those feet are moving, you can actually, that's when they can go push the pile, and they can keep giving you yards because the more your feet move, the better. This is kind of funny.
And the rivalry was real last night. So you see a Detroit Lions fan in an Aiden Hutchinson jersey bringing out the cheese grater.
How did you even get that in there?
That's what they were asking, how they get the cheese grater. I thought this was
That's
funny.
technically a weapon, but yeah, that's funny, man. They was scrapping, man. Them boys, they was getting late hits and the echo of the whistle. I mean, I love it, man.
Yeah, it was going off. And here's what Dan Campbell, his post.
Yeah,
he used to play.
He used to play. Nah, man, he has the same intensity. He's the guy who said we're gonna bite kneecaps. Like his initial presser, I'm like, this man ain't gonna last. But when you talk about when they say attitude reflects leadership, and you can only impart what you are, the Detroit Lions are a direct reflection of him. They fight hard, they're gritty, they never give up. He takes some gambles. I ain't gonna hold you, dog. Even the last, that 4th and inches.
Yeah.
If he would have missed that shit, it would have been. But it's paid off for them in the end because the last 2 games they played. Why I picked against the Lions, right? It's because I picked against them. I picked for them with the Bears, and the Bears had them dead to rights. And the Packers are a much better team than the Bears. But and they've lost Aiden Hutch. They got so many new bodies at D-line, but they just keep coming in and they just keep grinding, man.
Yeah,
love it.
The Lions were 4 out of 5 on 4th down efficiency last night, and the one that they did not convert on, that was when the Packers were at the Lions 30, and that's what they
and that's when they ended up going down and scoring and taking the lead, I believe.
So yeah, he took a huge gamble with that last play, but yeah, this is just his post game speech to the team and just expressing his sentiments, and yeah.
I want to slap somebody with a chair. I feel like WWE with this motherfucker. I love it. Shit get annoying when you're not winning, though. But hey, he doing his thing. Why? I know women are naturally shorter than everybody, but damn, I think it's got to be hard for the camera guys because you only getting their head in. You're trying to get both people. It's just. Anyways, shout out to Patrick.
So Tim Patrick last night, he hadn't played a snap of football because of injuries and other things like that since 2021. And his dad passed recently, and he kind of dedicated this game to him, and he scored 2 receiving touchdowns. So this is just a recap of his post-game press conference. Or interview, excuse me.
Yeah, man. When people dads die and then anniversaries and stuff, man.
It happens a lot.
I don't like. I need to know this because this needs to be a stat like injury reports.
Yeah.
For gamblers, though, I don't got time for that shit, man. I don't.
The NFL is fake or God is real.
I mean, it's definitely something.
It's both.
But when I be trying to hear, when I be hearing people say, "How you know your?" Never mind. I don't want to be. How you know your dad looking down on us and not looking up?
Oh, geez.
That's what I said. Never mind. I
You know what I
didn't
mean?
get to that.
Like when people be like, "Oh man, I know such and such is looking down on us upset." Now that motherfucker looking clear up, looking straight up, hot, literally hot.
Tim Patrick still celebrating.
This is himself.
People dancing.
Is that like some kind of
I think
West Coast bop or some shit? That
I don't know.
about?
I think he was just happy.
Oh, okay, because I'm about to say that look a little. I don't want to disrespect no gangbangers, and then next thing you know, they be coming at me because that's some kind of gang move or some shit like that. But
gang move?
No, you know how they West Coast got be like, that everybody trying to teach the kids how to do the Kendrick Lamar shit, or whatever, teaching people how to be 5'2" gangbangers.
I'm almost getting annoyed with it.
I'm brother.
There yet.
I've been there, man. I'm just saying, like it's. Okay, so I got in trouble in my group chat about this because I wasn't defending Andrew Schultz.
I watched the show,
but Andrew Schultz put up some really, really good because he knew he was talking about him. We got to defend ourselves from. We can't let no white comedian say no jokes about black women. He said yes. So rappers are going to tell because rappers historically are known to defend black women better than anybody else. And he just brought up a lot of shit that was just like, you know what? This motherfucker, I've always known he was hypocritical, but you probably should just sweep your porch first before you go after comedians.
That's the part. It's like, it's comedy, bro.
Because you actually defend women beaters.
Right.
And this guy made a joke about, whatever, man. I like Andrew Schultz.
What about him?
And my friend got mad at me, and I said, you know what? You sound like my father. My father's woke, too. My father would claim to protect black women too, but that motherfucker put his paws on anybody. So like, if he wasn't my dad, I'd probably just fucking hate him. But like, he's the only dad I got. So like, I don't particularly care for him like that, but he's cool at times. But like, I also can recognize that he's a fucking hypocrite or some shit. But like, it is what it is.
This don't sound cool. Don't make fun of these people.
Yeah. Like you literally are attacking a black woman in Drake and telling other people not to attack black women.
That's crazy. It's funny.
You have a wife that's as light as Drake, but telling Drake that he can't say the N-word. Like when he's whatever, man. Some of the rules get confusing, man. Like apparently we have some FSU fans in the fan base that they Mike doesn't like black quarterbacks. I was confused as a motherfucker on that shit. Like. Dude, just people just like, first and foremost, his first quarterback was James Blackman. He had a black man as his quarterback, as a block clock quarterback. And he was blacker than a motherfucker. Sorry, but James Blackman.
Yeah, that's probably why he hated black quarterbacks.
30 p.m.
You know what? I went to an all-black grade school, and when I was done, I was like, I can't go to HBCU. So it might have had that effect.
You had that knowledge at elementary.
It
was rough. It was a rough grade school. I was like, this can't be all the time.
Sometimes I told them Tag was black and didn't play black quarterbacks. Jay Trav, like I was like, is Jay Trav not black anymore? Well, he's mixed. Like, okay, he was with the white side of him. I said, so DJU is not black. He's Samoan. I said, his mother is fucking black.
Really?
His dad said, if you want to know the recipe for building an elite athlete, get you a Samoan man and a black woman, and that'll get you whatever you want to get.
Dang, I didn't know his mom was black. Shout out her.
I just be like, man, y'all just look. I said, this is why nobody believes racism exists anymore, because the shit that ain't racist, y'all be trying to highlight. And we got real racist shit out here that we got to really be worried about, and y'all worried about if Mike like black quarterbacks. I said, Tramel blacker than the motherfucker. I seen how his parents acted at senior night. Real black people problems.
Wait, what did they do?
Stepmom.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Yeah,
senior night.
That's all you had to say.
Shit
Deion
like
Sanders.
Deion Sanders. Yeah. But it wasn't big. Tramel was just like, was cool. Like he wasn't like Deion.
Yeah.
But but the mom was like, I know like I did the Milton thing with Ray. Bitch, I wish you motherfucking would walk down this with my son. I was just like, yo, these motherfuckers crazy. I mean, but J Trav, mama white and daddy blacker than the motherfucker. Cool as shit. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's some. I just want y'all to know. I am very pro-black. But it's some dumbass motherfuckers that's pro-black. Corny. They just want to be, life sucks. Not just because they're black, their life sucks. And they need something to hold on to.
Sometimes they're villains. They're using it as like a shield.
It's because they don't like Mike. And they're trying to use this as a reason to not like Mike. And I'm like, guys, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Just say you don't like Mike and it'll be cool. Like everybody has their reasons. All right, next thing.
Staying with the home team, man. We got some social media beef going on.
Uh-oh.
So just a little recap for you guys. Trevor Lawrence was out. He's placed on injury reserve because of the late hit he took from Houston Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair. Now, from what I heard online, Trevor Lawrence would be out at a minimum of 4 games, but Aziz's suspension is only 3 games. And Trevor Lawrence's teammate, Eric Armstead, liked this post made by Al-Shaair saying, quote, "If you want me to be your villain, I'll be your villain." Middle finger emoji. "See you soon." Joker card emoji with a picture of the Joker. So after this, Eric Armstead addressed this in an interview with the Jags media. And I just wanted to give you guys some backstory on why he said the things he said. And this is what he had to say about it.
He's a little cross-eyed right now.
Saw people talking about me liking Aziz's post, and I think it's I wanted to address that because just what everyone was, everyone has their opinions. First off, I love Trevor. He's a great teammate, great player, great person, and what happened, seeing him getting injured was terrible. You never want to see that happen to a teammate of yours. And also too, Azeez is a great friend of mine. We were locker mates for 4 years, right next to each other. We have a great relationship as well too. And so it was a weird situation for me, for sure, seeing my teammate get injured, but also a friend of mine being in a situation like that. And he was definitely in the wrong, and made a bang play that
I'm sick of this.
that can have back. But
I'm sick of this, man. I'm sick of this, man. Listen, first off, don't ever fix your lips like collagen to say something where you're going to end up apologizing. A great prophet by the name of Kanye West stated this a long time ago. Brother, you liked the post. You could have said it's a lot of different things. What I'm going to tell somebody is I'm not going to address what do they say? A lot of people put likes and retweets are not necessarily endorsements of opinions. And that's your homie. My homie did something wrong and just move on with it. It could have been, sometimes I know people like things that I state that don't like what I stated. They did it to let me know that they seen what I did.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even read it. If it's someone I know,
you just automatically like it.
Yeah.
And it's just, and the other part is it's all theatrics. A true sneeze is not going to go out here and just start randomly hitting quarterbacks. You know why? The NFL has a way to self-regulate that shit. It's called a fucking fine. You lose enough checks, you know what you're going to start doing? Checks and balances. Like, you want to be that mean? You want to be that tough of a guy that you finna just lose 50, 60,000 or a check every week just to hit somebody? Fine. You know what? You ain't got to worry about being in the NFL. Your coach that's supporting you right now will bench your punk ass because that's what they used to do. Now, what I want everybody else to realize, and this is going to happen in college, so I want you guys to listen carefully. Free agency has made it to where guys do not, these rivalries and things are not as what they used to be. He's actually been like Eric, one, I don't really see him as a tough guy, so just because he's on defense. But he just said they were locker room mates. They literally shared a lot. They were right next to each other. He's known him for a lot longer than he's known Trevor. Just because they're in the same locker room and we do share some things that make us get close together doesn't mean we actually like people that are in our locker room. I have a lot of teammates that I tolerated that I just don't particularly care for. So I don't hang out with them outside of things that we may have to do in a teammate function. Doesn't mean I hate them. Just means I don't really care about them. Like, this is not his friend. And to quote my teammate, who, if we could have recorded that shit. My teammate, Travis Johnson, who a lot of the Jaguar fans was trying to try. He was like, hey, JC, check right here, bro. Man, fuck that N-word Trevor Lawrence, man. You know he should have slid. That's why his ass is over there. You think we wanted to knock Trevor Lawrence's ass out? He was already playing like he had a concussion. He was the best player on our team. Why the fuck we put him in and let Mac Jones, who's a better player, come in and damn near beat us? Travis is old school, and Travis has good CTE. If you haven't listened to the Travis interview with Dope Boy's interview, you get all that animation. I mean, Travis literally called me to tell me what he tweeted, and you know what I did? You know what I did, Jaguars fans? I liked it and I retweeted it. You know why? Because I fucks with Travis. I don't know Trevor like that. But I do like the Jaguars. But the shit was funny. I actually put out a tweet that said Trevor was playing like he was concussed anyway. I did it myself. And they wanted to just say it, OG. First off, I don't know how old you are for you to be calling me OG. We might be the same fucking age. I don't appreciate that shit as I'm getting gray. I don't need old motherfuckers calling me old.
Is this the most self-righteous generation? Were we this?
No, I don't know. But to me, I'm like, I like what Jarian did. You hit my guy, I'm gonna fucking hit you. That's the way it should go. All this other shit, the game been over, dog. Like it is what it is, dog. I don't want to be mature in football. I want to hit people, and I want to be around people who hit people.
Don't forget what we're watching. Coliseum.
Like, what's the Matthew McConaughey and then the ugly actor? Like, he's always in Woody Harrelson. It's a TV show they were in. I think it was True Detective or something like that. And they say it's just one of those, they're just driving the car. And I get Woody, I would get annoyed by this too. Matthew McConaughey is a fake woke person. Got a lot of good story, like parable. He's like, and Woody's like, do you think we're bad men? The world needs bad men. We protect the others from the other bad men. And it doesn't make, it makes sense. Yeah, and that, when I heard that, that's my motto for life. I don't care if those are bad individuals. We need those bad individuals to go fight the other bad individuals on the football field for us. That's what war is. But nah, man, no, fuck it. Eric, but the thing is, I'm ready to cut Eric Armstead now. That's all that made me want to do is cut him. Take a side, bitch. And stand on it. Stop all that waffling. Yeah, you're making waffle-colored complected Negroes look bad. Stand up for something. Shit.
Do you know what the tweet exactly said?
What you talking about? The
I posted it.
He posted it. He had a Joker saying, "I'm gonna be the villain. If y'all want me to be the villain, then that's bullshit. Whatever, dog."
Yeah.
Like, you ain't no fucking,
embracing the villain role.
Fucking just do it and shut the fuck up. Then, like, we don't need to hear that. We got plenty of video of you choke slamming quarterbacks. Like, they put out a reel on him. Like, you might be a shitty person, dog.
Yeah,
like,
he has a track record.
The way he plays. Like, now we'll say Travis did say he got a track record of doing that shit. Why the fuck would you run full speed to him? I'll go ahead and say, "Well, track nigga slide." Like, you know what he bout. You know what he bout.
Yeah.
And you gonna come in there. So if you come like that, then you better be about what he bout, or you gonna get about it.
That's what Tom Brady was saying. He was talking about it. He was like, he had to learn how to protect himself when sliding from certain players because you can get got like that.
Bro, if I saw James Harrison, he ran a lot. And he almost almost died on the football field. Yeah, he got caught. But see, those are the times when you almost die and you lose a couple plays and then they shake you real quick and put you back in there. Shit, James Harrison, have you fucking seen James Harrison?
That's true. I mean, that's how Tom Brady got in.
I see James Harrison running. I'm as a running back. I'm running. I'm peeking to my left to see if he's pursuing. And if I know he's pursuing, I'm not cutting back.
Yeah, I seen his gym videos. He could squat in the house.
The funniest is, I don't know who it is on IG, but he does like the sound effects for the people. He be like, I'm running here. That's what he said. He said, I'm James Harrison, and I'm about that fuck shit. Then they show the highlights. He's like, come here, Thor hammer, boom. Like, he's making like all the. He's like, hey, come here, bitch. Hey, leave me alone. That's my grandmama gave me that chain. I don't give a fuck about your grandmama. Judo slam, boom, like just shit. And it's like I can hear that kind of shit happen because shit like that does happen on the football field. Conversations happen that are really wild that I'm glad they don't get picked up. All right.
So we're going to our Big Games B.S. segment. We're going to run through a couple of these posts right quick. So we got our Money Move segment with LSU women's basketball star Flau'jae Johnson. So she proved that NIL deals aren't enough. Ownership is a new goal. If you guys did not know, 2 WNBA players, Nafisa Collier and Breonna Stewart, created their own 3-on-3 basketball league in Miami called Unrivaled. And Flau'jae got an NIL deal with Unrivaled, and she got equity into the company. So this was her quote. Based off that, she said, quote, "This isn't just about basketball. It's about pushing the game forward and creating real opportunities for women in sports." So is this a good money moves, James?
I think so. If you feel like it's something that can grow. Like there's a lot of 1v1 football, like where people doing one-on-one competitions and making money. I think if I was a young player, I would want to be, if I was a wide receiver or DB, I would want to have equity in those things. But a lot of times, and this is a very, I've dealt with this with women before. It's a very woman thing. I want to own, I want to work, I want to prove my worth, I want to do this. But 100% of zero is zero.
No, it's gonna make some money.
No, I'm saying it's gonna make money, but I'm like, but if they're going to pay me, let's say they're gonna pay me $100,000, I'm gonna take $100,000 over the equity in the company at this point, because if I leave, then I still got $100,000. If my equity doesn't turn into any dollars, I don't know. But if it's something like not a shoe company, but like let's say a glass, like perfect example, like what Dion did with the eyeglass company. I think that would have been I would take equity in that because people wear glasses, and as long as I'm popping, people will do that, and as long as they're getting other people to do it, I will. I guess it just ultimately determines on what the numbers are and where you're at as a person.
Yeah, this is going to be the first year of the Unrivaled, but the main reason the women basketball players started Unrivaled was to use that as like to gain more of a financial leverage with the WNBA and salary increase, because they're paying like with the Unrivaled, they're paying way more money than the WNBA season.
See, the problem is they have not learned. You have to, if you're gonna, man's world is what it is. Hey, when they talk about privilege, it's white privilege world. It's not really just white privilege. It's because the people who have had the opportunity to do a lot of these things have been white for longer. And as time goes on, maybe things will even out, right? It is a revenue share. The problem with the WNBA is not that they don't want to pay them any more money. There isn't more money coming in. The men's league gets paid because, you know what they're about to heavily advertise right now? The Christmas games. They heavily advertise the Thanksgiving games. They heavily advertise the playoffs. They heavily advertise a lot of these different things, and that's going to make them more money. So when the WNBA, that's why they had to vilify Angel Reese, make Angel Reese and Mel Gibson. They had to force them to be at odds. Because that rivalry puts butts in seats. And unfortunately, that's just kind of what it is. You think the ABA even though the ABA did pay players more than the NBA, but it eventually folded and went to the NBA. Right. It's like the only way you can really truly force them is to have something that's comparable. I'm not against the move. I would take some equity if it's certain companies, but in this case, you got to pay me.
Wouldn't you say that somebody has to crawl first, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's what the one thing this generation is not willing. What I've learned is not, because just listening to social media is not willing to do what our ancestors did.
Be the foundation.
We would not be the foundation. I got to be the one that makes the money. It's got to be about me. It's got to be about that.
Have That's why I give these girls kudos if that's their
Yeah.
intention.
Now, if she's willing to do that, then I think she's a front runner. But like Angel Reese ain't doing 1,000 commercials for the purity of the next generation. She's doing it for the pure. She's showing off her curves for her, and we're all blessed for this.
We talked about Kendrick earlier, so this is our our Bridge the Gap segment. So if you guys didn't know, Kendrick and SZA, they recently announced that they are going on a national a North American tour. And if y'all did not know, they're going to stadiums. This ain't no arenas, they're going to stadiums. And I just want to touch on one quick fact with this. So they're going to be in Toronto during Father's Day weekend.
I didn't realize it was Father's Day.
Yes. So you can see right here, the original show was on the 12th, but they added another show for Toronto on the 13th, and Father's Day is June 15th. So I think this is
the Spectre Center is that's not where the Blue Jays play. Is that the
yeah, that's
oh.
I think I think it's the Blue Jays.
Do you imagine that this is something his marketing team came up with?
Yeah,
or
for
he
sure.
is
It's
petty
marketing.
that
He's
he
not
himself.
He didn't do that.
Oh no! Oh, somebody in his camp did it, but not. I don't think
I'm gonna take it
him.
a step further. This isn't his fight.
Yeah.
He is Tupac in the Death Row Bad Boy beef. That's what he is really, and he's just embodying it.
Right.
And the crazy part is they know that Drake is an entity. Drake can't. This is not stopping. Drake is still the highest streamed artist.
Yeah.
Like they were making the point that, and what's sad is that while Kendrick is having unprecedented success, Drake dropped an album, I believe, or the last album Drake dropped in his first week, his sales were still more than what Kendrick's were, being the winner of a beef.
At the same time, for the first time, streets don't care about any.
I think they're tired of it, man. It's like at the end of the day, the funny part is, and again, the hypocritical part, Kendrick is supposed to be anti, but right now he's so for. And I love Jay-Z to death, but Jay-Z is the industry. Jay-Z grew himself into being the industry.
Right.
So you're playing on the your whole concept was that they're not like us. You're going to be a part of, like when you sold your first concert, it was way out of the price range of the people who would listen to you.
You can't rage against the machine.
And it was filled with whites, and you were while rapping about a guy that you says can't say it. I have no problem make your paper, daddy, but it is hypocritical.
Still a great rapper.
Well, we got what I'm growing into, the old niggas talking about young niggas segment. Or old niggas talking about other old niggas.
Yeah, so
like he's my age.
So this is just 50 Cent was recently on Cameron's podcast, just talking about recapping his life because 50 Cent got residency in Las Vegas. So this is just kind of promo run. Yeah, he's gonna be at the Planet Hollywood performing at the end of December to early January. I actually watched this whole video last night, so it's pretty cool. But obviously, Cameron asked about Jay-Z and the whole Super Bowl debacle and confusion with that. And this is what 50 had to say about that.
Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
threatened. Possibly.
Not even threatened. You know, I think it's just when you take the competition from, like, our culture is competitive, man. It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense. Like, what are we competing for? What's the goal? Like this even like a lot of the even a lot of the competitive stuff, or what we would call it beef, right? It changed. That terminology changed when it's Biggie and Tupac, because we start saying the things that people would say that cause beef in the environment. When before that they called it battling in our culture. Right. Because that's what it is until it turns into some street shit. Like so when you're not competing for those things anymore, and you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what went through with Joe. Like my issue with Joe, I was like, yo, I think
Fat Joe.
What was the like, when did we bump into each other and have an altercation or anything?
Right.
It wasn't
How
that.
much
It
is
was
that
just he's
Oh.
loyal to a default.
Right.
He was so loyal that he was like on the side without.
Right. As a guy who really likes both of them, huge Jay-Z fan here. I love 50. Cut the shit, 50. The reason why is because who's at the Super Bowl? Who goes to this stuff? Who pays attention to these things? It's not necessarily the 50 Cent audience. Don't get me wrong, he was a movement, and 50 Cent is a big troll. Dr. Dre is an icon through sport. I mean, from the 80s, like he is the genre, right? Eminem was the first white boy to come on and really blow it up. 50 Cent got shot 9 times. 50 Cent blew up off of that. And don't get me wrong, he's really good, great entertainer, great business mind, great all these other different things. But it was like he felt like it might lessen the show. And that's the part of the reason. Like, I'm not mad at it.
So though, because it's such a big opportunity.
It is an opportunity, but 50 ain't selling nothing. No. 50's catalog is already been hot. 50's not even really an artist anymore like that. 50 is a producer, an executive producer, and doing all the things that he said about Jay not being in that lane. Those are all the same things as 50. Like right now, more people know about 50 at that point, and even now as the producer, the executive producer of Power.
I feel like it was a good move because of the trajectory he was on, making himself more comfortable around white people is like what gets you to the residency in Las Vegas.
I love it. I think him being in the Super Bowl is what's helped this other stuff. I'm not mindful of it, but like he just said, Jay is in a whole. Say what we want to say about Jay. They have the numbers of the views of the Super Bowl halftime show. And it shows that the NFL made the right choice. They were never like what they are now. And in that space, he does have to be mindful of he's not there to just put the best black act on.
Right.
He's there to put the best act on. And the crazy part is I'm a billionaire and everything I touch has been successful. Even my fuck ups that people think are my fuck ups make headlines, like the cannabis company that people don't realize he hasn't been a part of it for 2 years.
I didn't even know he had one.
Like, but it's like he stepped out and he's just like, yo, I'm all here. I'm looking for what's the best to grow the art. I think what I heard somebody say, what's his name, man? It's the hip hop professor. Anyways, he came on there and talked about, well, this is why they're in a different stratosphere. Say what you want to say about music. Jay-Z has us arguing about things that we couldn't argue about a decade ago. We didn't have those opportunities without Jay-Z.
Oh, yeah.
So 50 doesn't have the opportunity to feel disrespected about a snub if it wasn't for Jay-Z. We're in 2 different lanes.
Right.
That being said, I always joke because 50 says it in his own reels. Again, you have to really follow 50. 50 from a business perspective is amazing. You got to listen to his rules. 50 knows he's a troll and he knows he pushes buttons and he knows what he does. That being said, 50 would not be able to, again, this is Harvard Blue, you don't follow the shit. He's not selling shit. He ain't been a part of that company for 2 years. He got his money, got out. People, and that's the beauty. Like, I can't wait to be so powerful that people get wrong about my bad moves that don't know it's good moves. And I want to be so good that I put people on, and even when I put them on, they feel like they got put off. Like, I want to be so powerful that I can put you on, and people, the argument is I should have done something else. And the crazy part is we weren't able to have that argument. That's the thing that gets missed on everybody. Y'all do realize the culture of hip hop was not able to have this argument until he made it. And when he made it, y'all was talking about we should be boycotting it because a dude with hair that opted out of his fucking contract wasn't getting and sued his employer and won, didn't get rehired by his employer. That's the part that that's the funniest shit in all this. Y'all supposed to be boycotting the NFL. During a boycott in the NFL, he can have arguments he can make people who are boycotting the NFL have arguments about who he should be putting on to represent the NFL while making the NFL have exponential numbers in the Super Bowl while everybody's boycotting. Show me another nigga like that.
Yeah, I don't remember the best man.
I won. When I can do that, I can unequivocally say I won. But anyways, though, I thought it was cool. I think that what I really think was cool though was on Dr. Dre's loyalty to 50 Cent. And that helped build a bond that was stronger than anything else.
Shout out Queens. So got our last segment. It's our Now You Know segment. So I saw this and I just want to share it with y'all to see if the viewers knew this, because I think I've seen this once or twice, but let me know what y'all think if y'all seen this before.
Don't work. They don't work. So what people don't know is this little box right here, you open it and there's fuses in there, and these bags that people don't care about have fuses in there. So you put this in here so your lights can work. Now let's do it. So we take this fuse out.
I'm getting mad.
And you put the new ones in.
No way. All right, man, I'm out, dog.
Yeah, football.
I got pain too. I didn't even know this shit. You pissed me off right here, Jaden. Them shit. Now I'm gonna be looking for them. I'm not buying no more lights anyway, but
Did y'all? This is why I wanted to share it with y'all.
Free game.
Game.
Can't say you didn't learn anything. You're not learning this from them other shows.
Right.
You're learning some real shit here. I just learned something.
This is the Now You Know segment presented by Dim Media Group.
Shit. Anyways, man, we've been on for a minute. Love you guys. I need coaches to get fired all the time. Please don't be strangers. All y'all that been coming on here to get some free game. We have a good time here. It's a good way to waste a couple hours on your work day. You ain't doing shit. Come listen to me more often. Appreciate y'all for chopping up with me. I'll be doing my breakdowns of the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida Gators classes this weekend or today. Appreciate y'all chopping up with me. We'll see y'all next time.